All right, everybody, it's time for some goals for this new year. I did make some notes. This is in my Rocketbook, not sponsored. This is the erasable one, so I can just, whenever I'm done with it. But anyway, so starting a little late this year for goals. I know we're already dipping our toes into January. I traveled over the holidays, and it was great but draining, terribly draining. So I've been trying to get back into the work cycle, and so one of the things that I'm looking at as far as general goals for the year, not just makeup goals but general goals, what I'm finding is I loved getting a dog. We got a dog in May. Love Mabel. She is awesome and wonderful, and she's a great travel adventure dog too, might I add. But it's making it, we get up and walk somewhere in the 5 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. in the morning, and it's taking time out where I'm only maybe shooting a video once a week, and then my writing has just kind of gone off the rails. So now I'm trying to add back in the writing and the second video for filming for makeup. So that's part of the New Year goals for that. So one of them is a makeup goal. The nice thing about our traveling is when I drive long distances on the road, I tend to write in my mind. My partner, he'll go to sleep while I'm driving, which is probably good so I don't scare him. And then I'll be writing things. So now I have things in my head that I just need to get on paper. So that's been nice. So we're going to be doing that. So for the coming year, just a little more of that balance of my schedule. So I'm not like, in The Shining up at the Hilltop Hotel, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. No, we're not doing that. But I need a little more of the work-life balance and how to fit all the things in. So I'll keep you posted on that. So we'll go back as far as our goals from last year, kind of cover some of the ones, how I did, and then what's kind of mix in there, what's in store for this new year for 2024. One of the things that I was looking at as far as mascaras go, that I don't like new mascaras. I'm pretty much firmly wed to the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. So the only mascaras that I really tried this year were both from my Ipsy box. I got a Pat McGrath Dark Star, and then I got a Cali Ray Come Hell or High Water. Both of those are decent mascaras. I don't tend to have a problem with needing a waterproof mascara, so it's not really a thing, but I feel bad because once I try it, it's not something that I really feel comfortable passing along to someone, because it's dark and moist inside a tube, so it's around your eye area. So I've kept those, but they're nice mascaras. They just don't really replace my Too Faced. So anyway, but that happened this year. My desire last year to get less of just a one type of makeup, like getting a whole bunch of lip products, to try and get more of a full face at a time, so I have more likelihood of working through things. I actually did fairly well at that. There was a couple of times that I just had a lot of lip products, but for the most part I really tried to have balanced purchasing, so that's been better, so yay me. One thing I've been struggling with is how to use my collection more. I feel like I'm missing out on being able to use a lot of the items that I have that I want to play with. So I don't necessarily want to do low buy or no buy, more discerning buy for the coming year maybe. The other thing to look at is, I went ahead and for my idea of doing ColourPop bingo, I cataloged my entire ColourPop eye collection and promptly did nothing with it. So I'm wondering this year if I can just use that random number generator to correlate with the letter of the alphabet. And so all of the makeup I use has to start with the letter S. Either the name of the product or the company of the product or something would start with S. So maybe we'll look forward to that. I don't know. I feel like I can't promise you much of anything on that. Kind of a flibberty gibbet apparently, but that's the idea. Maybe we'll do that. So the ColourPop palette bingo did not happen as a goal from last year. And the next one, don't care about free shipping. I've actually been doing better at that. I still struggle with that. That's still a struggle. But it's been fun because I'll text my friend Z every time I'm like, I had to pay shipping, you know, like it's a really exciting thing. Not that I like paying shipping, but I just feel good about myself for not buying things that I didn't need just to make a shipping goal. So there's that. Still struggle with that, but am working on that. I was looking at last year more esoteric sort of a notion of trying to unpack my desires. And I actually think I've been doing pretty good about that because I've been trying to stop and think like that 2 seconds before you hit buy on something about what is it desire-wise that's really fueling my desire for this purchase. I did some deep thought about that towards the last end of this year with all like the last minute sales for holidays and things like that. And also I did make purchases at the beginning of January because I am going into, there's a couple products there I was really interested in. The new CoverGirl lip stain pen. I got one of them in the mail. I was really impressed with it. It was pretty cool, and so I ordered 2 more. There was a lip color that Emily Noel had in her favorites this year that I ordered. So I have 3 lip products coming from Ulta. And then Sephora, the Pat McGrath New Year's, the Lunar New Year quad. It's in gold packaging with a red outer carton. And I had total smog moment over that. It's like, ooh, gold. I haven't really been in love with Pat McGrath eyeshadows as much, but there was a packaging thing for me with that. So anyway, that happened. We'll report on that when I get those in, but stay tuned. So trying to look at the desire, like what is it about the products that I'm responding to, and do I have other things in my collection that fill that desire, or is it something that I just really, I don't have, would like, etc. Now as far as deep dives into brands, this year Lisa Eldridge I dove into, and I'll have a product of hers that I'll talk about in just a second. Her lip products were my favorite. Love them. Her eyeshadow formulations, the new packaging, 10 out of 10. The formulations are really varied because each one of her eyeshadow palettes has a couple of, I think there's 4 different formulations. I did not love all of those. So that was kind of a hit or miss sort of thing. But if you were to look to Lisa Eldridge to buy things, the lip products. I did try the cleanser. Did not love the cleanser. It seemed to be like it removed makeup and it seemed to soften my skin, but it was a little bit too heavy for my skin to take. I have combo skin, and so I passed it on to my friend Z to try out because she tends to be a little drier. She did not really love that product either. It didn't seem to really rinse off of the skin. Didn't seem to be any better than any of the other makeup removers that she has. So I think on the skincare, Lisa Eldridge is not quite there, but the lipstick, pretty phenomenal. And I might as well just spoil it, I did pick up her foundation, so this is in 6, the Seamless Foundation. Do like it. I'll come back to that in a minute. The other one, LH Cosmetics, Linda Hallberg, tried out that line, a lot of good stuff. Eyeshadows, good. The blush and the bronzers really doesn't have enough colors in the line to really do for darker skinned. So I was like, on those. The lip products, there were good ones. My favorite, absolutely favorite, the Tippy Toppy, is her pencils, her lip pencils and her eye pencils. So if you were going to be purchasing LH Cosmetics, definitely give those a try. They're just really, really phenomenal. They're just creamy enough. They're really long wearing. Lip, eye, you can draw on your face with them, whatever you want to do with them, but the pencils were my favorite, followed by eyeshadow for Linda Hallberg. Also popped into Lawless last year. I love the powder. I am wearing this on top of something else that I'll talk about in just a second. the baby palettes, I have the Baby Glam, the Baby The One, the Baby, all these, the violet one. I really love that formulation. That's actually one of my top eyeshadow formulations, is from Lawless now. So what I haven't tried from Lawless is like the foundation, the liquid foundation. I don't mind the lip products. The matte ones with the plumping tend to kind of plump up my lips and then they go down, so they look kind of like lined with deflated. The lip colors are pretty, but I just feel like I need gloss with it. So I got a couple of lovely colors, but I ended up decluttering them because that just didn't work for me as far as that goes. And the Forget the Filler, that's all right. Not my favorite. My favorite of that kind of thing is the Charlotte Tilbury, the lip collagen baths, which aren't technically like super plumping, but I like them. Hang on just a second. Thank you. I did get a little cold when I was traveling, so I'm kind of trying to get over that. Now, so those were deep dives with Lisa Eldridge, LH Cosmetics, and Lawless. I did start a couple of brands into a deep dive towards the end of this year. That would be Kaleidos. Had a really good purchase with Kaleidos. I had a lot of good sales. My eyeliner that I'm wearing today is the Night of Creation, one of the duochrome eyeliners. Really like it. In January, I did order the new ColourPop multi-dimensional gel liners that have the duochrome look. So I'm going to be playing with the ColourPop ones coming up, and then I would order more of the Kaleidos too. I think we'll see, comparing that to the ColourPop, because there's a price difference. But anyway, I started into Kaleidos. Really love the eyeshadow formula. Love the one eyeliner that I got, and then I'm also wearing blush color from them, which I really like. And then my highlighter that I'm wearing is ColourPop. It's from the Sailor Moon collection. And it's got that, maybe a little more exciting than my look for today. But anyway, so I'm playing with that. Now, as far as I was trying to replace my Dior foundation because I was finding that the fragrancing on that was really bothering me. It was a little too strong and it didn't dissipate. So I went through a whole bunch of different ones. I tried the Laura Mercier liquid one, didn't love that. I do love her moisturizing skin tint from Laura Mercier. That's one of my favorites of that kind of thing. But the Laura Mercier, the new liquid one, was not good on my skin. The new KVD Good Apple liquid ended up breaking me out after like the second day of wearing it. Just really, my skin did not love it. There were a couple others that I tried. What ended up staying in my collection, you just saw the Lisa Eldridge, the YSL All Hours. It's full coverage, and it looks nice, but it's definitely full coverage makeup. The Lisa Eldridge is more, skin-like to that. But if you have something that you're going to have a full day of that and needing to wear, I wore this to the Dodgers baseball game during the heat and sweat and cheering for people that were not on the Dodgers team. It worked out really well. So this is a good one for that. I did just buy the Pat McGrath. I got this because I got a card sample, and this is shade 3, which is maybe a little light and a little yellow. Usually I'm fairly yellow. But the shade that came in the Try Me was a little bit thicker of a feel to it, which I liked. But it was 8 neutral, and it was just a little dark, but it was a really good color for me. So I think I might wait for another sale, because I did get this on sale on the Pat McGrath site. Wait for another sale and then pick up maybe a neutral, a lighter in tone color than the 8 of the neutral, and just see if mixing those, or just wearing one of those. I might try and go into Sephora and shade match, but we'll see. So anyway, those are the foundations that I picked up, that I kept. Foundations that I want to pick up this year, the Danessa Myricks, the Yummy Skin Tint. That was a #1 on a lot of people's lists this year, so I want to pick that up. waiting for a sale. Usually this time of year and the first of the year, there's some good sales on foundation. So looking at that. And then the other thing, one of the skincare brands that I've started doing a dive on is Dr. Jart. I had gotten a sample, loved it. This is a little travel size of the Ceramidin moisturizer. My skin really likes it. The psoriasis patches on my skin like it. And it's nicely moisturizing without being too greasy. So I really like this. Bought a full size. And then Sephora was having a sale on sale, and there was a set that had the full size of the Ceramidin and a full size of the Cicapair. And this is moisturizing and color correcting, and it's got the Tiger Balm in it for relaxing your skin. I find it nicely moisturizing. It does smell a little medicinal, and the packaging looks medicinal, which I don't love. But the sale on sale for the set of these, and there's like moisturizing masks that I haven't tried yet. But anyway, so I do like this. I actually have this on and then the Lawless powder over it today. So I've enjoyed the Dr. Jart. I am going to pick up, again, if it goes on sale, that would be great. The Dr. Jart, the BB cream with the SPF in it. That was Michelle Wong's #1 skin tint moisturizer this last year. And so I'm like, okay, we're gonna try that because I really have liked these other products and my skin has liked it. So we're gonna dive into that. Dr. Jart doesn't have makeup, but we're gonna go into that as my skincare dive for 2024. Let's see. So in last year, I had said that I wanted to try the Chantecaille blurring powder. I have not gotten around to that. The Chantecaille that I've got, I'm feeling pretty good about trying to work through some of it. But the blurring powder is still kind of on my radar. So coming into next year, like I said, I started the Kaleidos step into that. I still want to go to Klarna and get some of their single of the multi-chrome. That's been resting in my head as something to do. And I think I'm probably going to do more of a dive into YSL. So besides this, I did pick up, I got a deluxe travel size of the blurring primer that I loved, that I went back during the Sephora sale and bought a full size of that. So that blurring primer is now at home with me. And I got a matte lipstick during the year for the YSL, a velvety sort of and I don't remember the exact name of it. So I think I'm going to be dipping more of a toe into the YSL. I remember really liking the Touche Eclat, the pen, and I think I'd like to, they have an under eye concealer now too, so I think I'd like to dip my toe into that, not literally, figuratively. There were some great sales at the end of the year, so I did go back. Lethal, this was not on Lethal's website, but on Camera Ready Cosmetics. So Camera Ready was doing a great end of the year sale on Olaplex, because they do carry that. So I got my travel size of the Olaplex like half off. It was crazy. So I did pick up the 1UP palette from Lethal. So here that is. And I got a whole bunch of individual sizes, individual shadows, because they have a palette that's not available anymore, but a lot of the colors, the refills you can buy on Camera Ready. So I got this, I got a whole bunch of colors, and then I got my Olaplex, and I also picked up shampoo from R & Co. That I got initially through Ipsy, but now there's a Baba Sua oil something or other shampoo that I really liked, and then I'm trying some new ones from R & Co. So that's kind of what's on I want to keep trying to look at some of these sales from other places, because that sale on the Olaplex from Camera Ready was deep discount. That was half off. So I think that I'll try and keep looking at that in the coming year. So I have some brands that I'm looking out for, but also looking for those alternative places to buy things besides Ulta and Sephora that can be running some deep sales that I might be interested in. So really, for this next year, it's not a question of having a low buy per se. I just want to play with my collection more, because I feel like some of the pieces, you know, like I'm getting new stuff, but I'm not really getting to play with some of my old stuff. So I'm really looking for ways to do that, to get into that more playful with the collection mode. Still gonna continue my favorite brands, ColourPop, Glamlite. Glamlite had a lot of really great pieces of collections that I picked up last year. So that's been a fun brand for me to shop, and I do shop off their website. So I think really, as far as the indie stuff, we're going to be looking at that, more of the Kaleidos, more of the Klana, there we go, not Klana, and then keeping an eye on Glamlite to see what they're doing, and then also just dipping myself deeper into the YSL line, and in the Dr. Jart foundation, the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Tint foundation. And I think I really enjoyed the Danessa Myricks things that I tried this year. It doesn't have an exhaustive line, and some of the things I'm just not interested in. I'm not really interested in the light work palette, or the one that has all the different shades of beige and brown. I'm not really interested in that. I'm not doing makeup on anybody else, and I know technically I could do a whole face in that, but I'm not interested. So, but there's all sorts of other Danessa Myricks things that I'm interested in. Keeping an eye on One Size to see if they have anything new. I really ran through their line, love their blushes, but kind of waiting to see what's next for that. So different brands that I'm looking for more ways to enjoy my collection this year, and then just having fun. I think I said that. That's the reoccurring option. Have more fun with my collection. So let me know what you're doing. What's happening for you this year? Are you low buy, no buy? Are you looking at certain brands? Are you looking to have fun with your collection, you know, in different ways? Do tell. So anyway, hope everyone is well, and welcome to 2024. Wow. Why do we not have flying cars and space aliens? I don't know. But anyway, here we are. So I maybe have had a little bit of coffee today, but I'm ready to meet the day and you know, go crush some goals. So anyway, love you guys. Bye.